So joining me is Mr. Nick Hockley, CEO Cricket Australia. Nick, thank you so much for giving me time.
Thank you.
India and Australia is always in a good kind of situation in terms of cricketing relation, in terms of business, in terms of having good relationship. How exactly you are looking forward if we talk about the future prospects of both the countries?
Well, I think it's right. Cricket is a common bond we share. There's so much excitement for this series. India have got off to a fantastic start, so I know Australia, our team, will be really determined to do much better in the rest of the series. But I think what's so exciting, and here we are at the the Global Leaders Forum of the India and Australia Business and Community Awards. So really, these series, they bring people together. And they bring people together through cricket. So it's been fantastic to be in India. We've got a range of partners who we've taken the opportunity to meet. And I think it's fair to say there's lots of incredible friendships kind of off the field. But obviously, as soon as the teams take the field, the competition is on.
All right. Border Gavaskar Trophy is on and your team is here. They have a match. So, Nagpur's test, they lost, but this Border Gavaskar Trophy is really important for the WTC finals, right? So how confident you are for your team? Are you looking your team in the finals?
Well, I think it's no accident that Australia and India are the number 1 and number 2 test ranked teams in the world. And there's places in the World Test Championship up for grab. We were very disappointed not to make the inaugural World Test Championship final, and I think similarly India were very disappointed to lose to New Zealand. So, I think it's a hugely anticipated series. I know, speaking to various people, that there's a lot of people watching this series all around the world, not just in India and Australia, so there's a huge amount to play for, and certainly I think for our players this is winning away in India is the ultimate prize, and it's really the pinnacle of Test cricket.
Well, of course, and if we talk about the second test, because Nagpur test, the result we know that India won that first test. It is a 4-match series, but again there are chances that Australia can bounce back in Delhi as well. So how exactly you are looking forward for this particular test?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got a really strong squad. We've got a lot of depth. We've proven in away series in Pakistan, in Sri Lanka, that we can play well in subcontinental conditions. We've shown through the Australian summer against the South Africa and the West Indies that our players are on excellent form. So I think we were all disappointed in the first test, and I know there's just a huge amount of determination. But I think the team are very much staying calm. They're working hard in preparation, and I think they'll bounce back very strongly.
Well, of course, we are also hoping the same thing. Last couple of questions, Nick. 50-over World Cup is scheduled here in India only. Did you get any chance to go some venues and just see the wickets? I mean, did you get any chance?
Not yet on this trip. I was really privileged to be here in 2016 for the T20 World Cup. So I understand the enormity of a World Cup in India. I mean, 2011 was just absolutely incredible tournament. So I think a World Cup is very, very special, but a World Cup in India, which is cricket's biggest market, is just such an exciting prospect. So I think the one-day series at the back end of this tournament will be really informative. We'll have some of our one-day specialists coming out and joining the squad, and it's a really important part of our preparation. But it's a huge year for Australian cricket. The Border Gavaskar Trophy, the World Test Championship final, the Ashes, and then into a ICC Cricket World Cup in India. It doesn't get much bigger than that. At the moment, we're very much focused on Friday in Delhi, but it's just such an exciting programme of cricket coming up.
So is BCCI and Cricket Australia is in touch to have some like more bilateral series, not just in India but also in Australia? Is there any future plan after the World Cup?
Yeah, so the Future Tours programme has been announced. It was announced in August, and I think probably the most exciting feature is that future Border Gavaskar trophies will be 5 test series as opposed to the current test series, which is 4 tests. And what that really means is that the Ashes and the Border Gavaskar trophy are on a par as the pinnacle of world cricket.
Last question, Nick. How do you look at the idea of having a tri-series, right? I mean, the 3 nations are playing. Do you think that this kind of tournament should start again, where 3 teams are there or 4 teams are there playing each other?
I think it's a format there where there's a lot of affection for the format, certainly in Australia, and I think having certainly for one-day cricket that kind of tournament play within, I think it's something that's been moved away from with the World Cup Super League, but it was absolutely a favourite with the fans, and I think it's something that we would be open to in the future.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Great, thank you.
My pleasure is mine. Thank you.
Cheers.